Patrick Dane, who's a freelance games journalist. Once again, thank you for joining us, Patrick.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. So how do you think this is going to compare to season one? Because it looks very action-packed, it looks really fun, but what do you think the comparison's going to be?
Yeah, I mean, so season one obviously came with a lot of things because it came with like 3 new heroes because the game was just launching, and so there's like
Of course.
now they're only getting just the one hero and a map, but that's still in the terms of Overwatch is a lot because the game went through 2 years of not getting either of those things. So it's pretty good to like even after a couple months we already have like a new hero and some new maps to keep us going, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this is going to be like a limited time event called Battle for Olympia, which is going to be interesting. What do you think we're going to get
Yeah,
from that?
I don't. So they've been quite secretive about it. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. My guess is that because in during the last season during their Halloween event they had a PVE event which was super fun, which was the Revenge of Junkenstein's Bride, which was super good.
Yes.
And like obviously this is all so my guess is it'll be in that kind of model again, just kind of centered around ancient Greece because that's kind of their cosmetic theme for the season, which is super fun. And obviously going down the line we're going to have PVE content in Overwatch 2 at some point. So my guess is that they're going to continue to build out that in like these smaller events and stuff until they are ready to actually launch, the campaign.
That's exactly. I mean, and they've been building up Ramatra so much. I mean, we've heard about it for so much over the past couple of weeks. And of course, he's going to be taking the stage there at Overwatch for December the 6th. So, what do you think people are going to be excited to finally be able to play him properly?
Yeah, he's a very important character in lore. He's one of the main antagonists. He's not quite a bad guy, but he's one of the main antagonists of the game and stuff. And to finally see him, because he's been kind of teased for years at this point,
Yeah.
to finally see him in the game is going to be super cool. And like he's got his cool like transformation. He's based on like becoming bigger and having a smaller and a bigger form, and like deciding when to change around and stuff. And he seems very cool.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, how do you think him being involved in the game is going to change it up? How do you think it's going to kind of like, is it going to put a bit of a spanner in the works?
It's hard to say. He has a very what I would call a dense kit. He can do a lot.
Yeah.
Some characters you look at and it's like you see Cassidy and it just says gun and you shoot.
Yeah.
But he has a
Yeah.
lot of things. He has a shield. He has a thing that can pull people down out of the sky. He has two forms. He can punch. He can do a lot basically. And which he kind of a bit like Sigma in ways like that. So I think he's going to be quite finicky. But he'll probably be a tough one to master, but probably very good if you're very good with him.
And that's it, yeah. It is all about building up your skill set with certain characters, don't you? I feel like people tend to like you pick a character that you like in support, tank, or soldier, and you kind of go with it, don't you? So I mean, because what do you usually play as?
So yeah, I'm a DPS player, so
Yeah.
I play a lot of Sombra, which is great for probably going to be pretty great against Ramatra because he has a lot of abilities, and Sombra is
Ah.
great against characters that have lots of abilities. So I'll be out there trying to ruin everybody's day who's having fun
Look,
with the new hero,
if you can't ruin people's day playing Overwatch, you're not playing it right. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, literally why we play.
Exactly. But the executive producer of Overwatch said Blizzard wanted players to feel more rewarded for playing games in future sessions. So do you think we could see some more sort of like free skins and things like that getting introduced?
It's going to be interesting. Obviously, they've not talked publicly or like basically nobody knows
No.
exactly what they're going to be changing. There's things that are more obvious to change. It'd be super cool to see, free players getting Ramatra earlier in the battle pass because last
Yes.
season, even though everyone was gifted Kiriko if you played Overwatch 1, that won't be the case this season. So there will be a way bigger grind to get them for free. So it'll be interesting to see if they adjust that at all. And then also they could adjust several rewards and stuff and what they're putting in the battle pass and prices and these kinds of things. Hopefully they do because obviously they've come under some criticism for how expensive all that stuff is.
That's
So it'd be
exactly
great
it.
to see some adjustments.
Absolutely, yeah, because it is mad sometimes when you look at the prices for skins and you're like, oh my goodness me, Christmas is coming. Could that be a good present for someone? I
Indeed,
don't
indeed.
know. So, because I mean, do you think Blizzard's going to be releasing a few more games that we might be seeing over Christmas? Do you think we're going to be seeing some more titles getting shouted out?
Potentially, like obviously, during all like the events, like their winter events, will go across a lot of their games.
Of
Obviously,
course.
Dragonflight just came out. So Overwatch, World of Warcraft fans have their whole thing, and then they're going to be, there'll be events during Hearthstone and in Overwatch 2. There's actually going to be two seasonal events during this season 2. So I think the their winter event, and then there's also going to be their Chinese New Year event, coming into the new year. So there's certainly going to be a lot of themes running through this next season. But then obviously just they'll have winter events across all their games, I would imagine.
Absolutely, and I think with like we were saying about these limited time events, I mean, people are going to probably get quite stuck into that as well. I mean, do you think they generally do quite well, these limited time sort of events and things? Do you think that brings in a new kind of playership?
So they do. It's interesting because the Halloween obviously has been income, and we've kind of seen what they can do with those. And like I said, they had a PvE event for that. I don't think there's going to be really huge events tied to both to either winter or Chinese, because I think the Battle for Olympus is their big hey, this is our cool fun thing that we're doing on the side. But obviously people like Overwatch skin team does amazing work, and just it starts feeling like Christmas when you start loading into King's Row and they put on their winter makeover and stuff, and you hear the Christmas music and stuff. It's always that, honestly, that always gets me into the Christmas mood, is going into all these games and seeing all the winter events and then all the Christmas music and stuff. I'm like, oh, now it feels like Christmas.
Yeah, now I'm going to put my Christmas tree up because that has now happened. That's the way. You got to go into it slowly, Patrick. It's got to be a slow burner, hasn't it? You got to drip feed.
Exactly.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us once again on the show. It's been wicked to have you, and I hope you enjoy playing Overwatch 2 as well. Get stuck into that new season.
I will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.